Shalom Yasharallah Yahweh, the part two of going into this interview with Dr. Umar Johnson, and they were basically going into the plight of the houses of Judah and the houses of Israel. And I was on the specific topic of the houses of the fathers. So if that's not so, if the seed line is not determined by the houses of their fathers, then Numbers 118 is debunked, in which we know that the words of God is not a lie. Also, if that's the case, certain Israelite men wouldn't be Israelites, because I believe King Solomon, his mother, I believe Bathsheba, was a Hamite. Bathsheba was a Gentile. You have basically, man, you have Israelite men in the Bible that have Gentile mothers. That's what I'm saying. And right now, I can't. I don't have them written down and can't pinpoint the scriptures, because I read them, years ago, and read them, years ago. I got to go back into them to strike the memory bank. But you have Israelite men who have heathen mothers. I'll say that again. You have Israelite men in the Bible who had heathen mothers. So as far as Dr. Umar Johnson go with this blackety black blackety black stuff, it's just not so, man. The Israelite man can deal with Gentile women if he chooses so. Now, though it's lawful, it's not expedient. Now, what I say, do that right now in this time and this age right now, and the way things are. I mean, you can, because you got people that's doing it. But I mean, me personally, I wouldn't, because I know that the prophecies that's coming down the line, and I know how that can cause confusion, because there's going to be civil unrest, there's going to be civil war, there's going to be the destruction of this society. All, I know what's coming, because the prophets, we see the foreshadowing of things to come. So though it's lawful, it's not expedient, because you're going to put yourself in a predicament to where, okay, if these things take out, who are you going to side with? Who are you going to, think about that. All of these, and there's a lot, man. There's a lot of families in America today where you have the Edomite woman with the Israelite man, and vice versa. You have the Edomite man with the Israelite woman, and the other Gentiles as well. So America is like a pot of gumbo, Everybody is willing and dealing with one another. So when it all falls apart, who is people going to side with? Who is this? Who is that? The kids is this. You see the confusion. Though it's lawful, it's not expedient. in my in my review. So I wouldn't deal with a Gentile woman. Like, I wouldn't try to have a baby with her. That's what I'm saying. Now, would I knock down a gorgeous Gentile woman? I'm not a liar. Will I knock down a gorgeous Israelite woman? No brainer. I'm not a liar. Will I knock down a gorgeous Gentile woman? I'm not a liar. No brainer. But I know that if I really did do that, I have to be with that woman according to the Bible, according to the scrolls, and I have to live that. So, because sex consummates marriage. So that woman she's mine. But I wouldn't put myself in that position. That's why I haven't put myself in those positions. Though it's lawful, it's not expedient. Though it's lawful, it's not expedient. And I wouldn't go after I wouldn't really like try to marry anyway in this day and age anyway, because I just see through the BS anyway. Though it's lawful, it's not expedient. That's the best way to put it. Though it's lawful, it's just not expedient right now. That's why until the kingdom is established, that's when I really will do all that building and settling down and whatnot. But who's to say? Because the prophecy of Isaiah 4:1 has to come to pass. Who's to say? Because the prophecy of Isaiah 4:1 has to come to pass. So who knows what Yahweh has in store? Who knows the future but God, or who you call God? So you never know, man. You never know where this thing is going. Well, we know because we understand it through the prophecies, but we don't know every single second of things. Only Yahweh knows that. So you don't know what he got planned. And Isaiah 4:1, that prophecy will play out. Most of the prophets believe, the apostles believe that's going to play out on this side before the coming of the kingdom. So we don't know. But back to the video.
That's your success of the black community. That's your opinion. That's my opinion. Then tell me how the black community benefits from you having a white woman. If I lend to the financial uplifting of that community, one, that's one thing. Two, if I'm helping to educate the people in that particular community, that's a benefit. Does not your white woman benefit more from your economics than any black person? Yeah, probably. Exactly. So why can't they both be mutually beneficial? You want to know why? Because she belongs to the group that is responsible for the historical oppression of your race. So why would you voluntarily go over and marry into that? Because when you marry the woman, you don't just marry the woman or date the woman. You're dating her community and her culture. And given the history of us and them, why would you dare align yourself with that if you care about us? Let me ask you a question. I want you to let me get my answers out. Go ahead. So hypothetically, if you're in one tribe, I'm in another tribe. Mm-hmm. That tribe is responsible for killing some people in your family. Okay. We're going to keep it right here. You're a Crip. I'm a Blood. Okay. You're responsible for killing some of my people for the last 30, 40 years. Mm-hmm. I'm responsible for killing some of your people for the last 30, 40 years. Mm-hmm. I'm going to judge you because you're a Blood or you're a Crip based on all of the shit that your peoples and your crew did for the last 30, 40 years, or am I going to judge you based on who you are? I understand your analysis, but here's where I disagree with your analysis. Although your white girlfriend, and possibly, probably none of her family owned a slave, you understand? They're from Portugal. Hung an African. They're from Portugal. Although the Portuguese was some of the first ones in the slave trade. The very absolutely. They built most of the dungeons in Africa. Sure, so I know she got racism in her veins because of the Portuguese role in the slave trade. But anyhow, let's say her family was exempt from all of that. That's true. The Portuguese were pivotal in the slave trade.
The Portuguese were definitely pivotal. Like I said in part one, they were the pioneers. But these Edomites, they got judgment, man. They got the greatest judgment coming for what they done to the houses of Judah and the houses of Israel. All of these Edomite factions, if you will, Spaniards, conquistadors, Britons, Romans, Greeks, Australians, Portuguese, Portugal, all of the Edomites, man, they got great judgment, man.
Was the first ones in the shit. You can't go. Fuck out of here. Not a true. Portuguese bloodline. The Portuguese 1400s. Stop. I want him to go. They built the first fucking dungeons. I'm a cracker. I'm gonna crack him. Go ahead. I know you're gonna go. I'm gonna crack you. I want you to finish. Now, I'm gonna crack him. No, you're not.
So the Portuguese, which are Edomites, a stock of Edomites, they built the dungeons. Those dungeons that were built on the shores of West Africa. It's called Judah Slave Port. Waiuda or Waida, Wada or Weida, however you pronounce it. I probably line more that word, but you know, you got the maps, man. You go to the old maps, it shows you on the west banks of Africa, or they built these dungeons and that our people had to go into basically to get on the ships to get sailed out and exiled through the four corners. That's history, and that ties into to biblical prophecy. So I'll go and I'll touch on that. So Deuteronomy 28. So they're going into really, this is just part of the conversation, but the whole conversation is about the plight of you Israelites and why you in the situation that you in. So this is going to bring it back to the front, so to speak. So Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. It says, "But it shall come to pass," this is what Yahweh told us. This is why you Israelites are in the predicament that you in. This is why we're in the lands of our exile. This is why we're not back home in Jerusalem in Israel. Because our ancestors, which we are our ancestors, regeneration, coming back, we didn't keep the commandments, man. We did not keep the commandments. That's why the curses came upon us. Deuteronomy 28 verse 15, it says, "But it shall come to pass, if you will not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." It says, curse shall thou be in the city, curse shall thou be in the field, curse in the city. This is why you got black on black crimes, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, all in the cities. Curse shall thou be in the field. This is why we was in the plantations, picking cotton and doing whatever else, picking whatever else they had us picking and building. And these curses, these prophecies, they happen, what is it? Periodically. Periodic, I'm lawnmower in the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. Periodically, man. Periodically. They happen throughout periods of eras. Some of them happen back to back to back, but most of them happen periodically through the different captivities. Curse shall thou be in the city. That's modern day now, even then too, but more so now. Black on black crime, Hispanic on Hispanic crime, and poverty, Section 8. And some of that stuff is still happening to this day. Curse shall thou be in the field, slavery on the plantations, picking cotton, picking whatever they had our ancestors picking. Curse shall be your basket at your stores. Let me get the NLT on that. What is Deuteronomy 28:17? So I can get a better understanding on that. Deuteronomy 28 verse 17. It says GNT. Let's get a newer translation on that. It says, "And these curses will come down. Hold on, you got to curse the country, curse your basket and bread bound." So I guess it's talking about the food, man. Curse shall be your basket in your store. Curse shall be the fruit of your body. The fruit of your body is your children. And the fruit of your land, the food, the increase of your kind, the flocks of your sheep. So all of these prophecies, man, they came down unto the children of Israel, man, which consist of you Native Americans, you African Americans, and you Latins, Hispanics. It says, let's go into some more prophecies. So it says what's something that we can get. You got a lot of prophecies, a lot of curses that came about our people for over these different eras and times that came upon us, man. It says, "Your sons and your daughters shall be given into another people." Ding, 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 ding. Is that not slavery? It tells you in Prophet Amos that they sold your sons for whores. They sold the sons of Zions for some little freaky whores. Let's just call a spade a spade. That's what a whore is, a harlot, a whore. They sold the sons of Zion for some whores, and they sold the daughters of Zion for some sweet wine. Yeah, prophecies. The Bible is realer than what you think. The spiritual realm is realer than what you think. So that precept upon precept, that goes back into Deuteronomy 28:32 right here. Your sons and your daughters should be given unto another people. Those other people, that's what they were doing. You know what? I'll grab it. Joel chapter 3, Prophet Joel chapter 3. The children of Judah, which is you African Americans, you Haitians, you Jamaicans, and the children of Jerusalem, you Puerto Ricans, you Dominicans, Mexicans, Cubans, North American Indians, Seminole Indians, West Indians is Jamaicans, but Seminole Indians, North American Indians, Taino Indians, which is Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, you Latin tribes, man, Dominica, Puerto Rico, Boricua, all that shit, man. You can't make this stuff up, though. You can't make this stuff up. It's straight prophecy. Straight prophecy. It says, where is the point that I'm trying to get? Where is it at? It pisses me off too, man. I can't lie about that. Makes me angry. Makes me mad, man. But Joel chapter 3, verse 3, it says, and they have cast lots for my people. Who is his people? The children of Israel, man. We're the children of God. It says, and have given a boy for a harlot. So they sold the sons of Zion for whores. Porn stars, if you will. Give you a more modern interpretation, a more modern understanding. So they sold the sons of Zion for porn stars, specifically women, and sold a girl for sweet wine the good wine at the winery. They sold the daughters of Zion for good wine that they might drink. So this is what they were doing and did, man. And that goes back to Deuteronomy 28:32. Your sons and your daughters shall be given into other people, and their eyes shall look. When our people was on those plantations, they auctioned off the children that they made with one another and the children that they had when they came here on those ships. They auctioned them off. Your sons and your daughters shall be given to other people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. And we couldn't do nothing about it because it was biblical prophecy, spiritual prophecy. That's why we couldn't do nothing about it. So when we tell you, you Gentiles, you nations, you heathens, that all of this is going to happen to you times 2. All of this stuff is going to happen to you times 2. Don't think it's not going to happen, because if he did this to his own children, what make you think what do you think he's going to do to you? That should be y'all thought process. Man, if he did this to his own kids, what is he going to do to us? And we're not even his kids. It says, and thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations. Yeah, nigga. They call us niggers, spicks, savages, wetbacks. Black, African American, Hispanic, Latin X, Latino X, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Mexicans, Brazilian, And thou shalt become astonishments, proverbs, bywords among all nations, whether the Lord shall scatter you. It's right here, man. But like I said, these people on this panel, they don't have the spiritual eyesight for that. So that's why we're in these conditions. But let's finish.
I promise you, bunny hopping. Listen, I know. The reason you should not be with her. I want you to finish your point. I'm going to finish. I'm going to finish. I'm going to crack your muffin too. Go ahead. The reason you have no business being with a Caucasian woman is although she nor her family may have participated in our oppression directly, she benefits from it. Every white person benefits from the enslavement of blacks. Every white person benefits from the marginalization of black folks. Every white person benefits from every handicap that has been introduced into our community. And I'm quite sure she, like every other white person, has done nothing to level the playing field. Should we have that same disdain for the Africans that sold us into the slave trade? That's a great question.
Yes, we should. And that was a great response because contrary to unpopular belief, those Africans, as I say, Africans, in the Hebrews, which are considered the Negroes, Haitians and Jamaicans, African Americans, Haitians and Jamaicans were not Africans. So when he says, should we have that same anger and vexation for those people? Yes, we should. Because they are the stock of Ham. These are the Hamites that sold the Israelites unto the Edomites, along with the Ishmaelites, the Arabs. Like I said, well, not like I said, like God said in his prophecy, Psalms 83, they have taken crafty counsel against thy hidden ones. So should we have that same vexation and disdain? Yeah, we should. I mean, that's only natural. And the thing is, this Dr. Umar cat, he keep pumping that Pan-Africanism, that Africa, blackity black, Marcus Garvey, black. And they all were going off. Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, all of them were going off, man. They don't got the true knowledge. They don't have the top tier knowledge. They don't have this top tier knowledge, man. They're not the prophets. They're not the servants. They're not the apostles of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So I can't be mad that they don't have it. Now, they surely heard about it, Dr. Umar. I'm pretty sure he's seen the prophets on the highways and hedges. I'm pretty sure he's seen the prophets on the socials. I'm pretty sure he heard of the prophets, the apostles of today, of modern time, back on the scene. I know he can't say he haven't. So, but this thing takes faith. Not only does it take that election, that calling, it also takes faith to understand this and believe this and to tie it in, because these be the same people that say, oh, that's a white man book. That's a Caucasian man book. Man wrote that book. You stupid imbecile. Man writes every book. And if you really read the Bible, you'll know that this Bible, our Bible, condemns the Edomites. It condemns the nations, the Gentile nations that conspired against the houses of Judah and the houses of Israel. It condemns them for what they have done. So that's how we know if you really read the book. And that's how these Gentiles know if you really read the book, because they got their scholars that read our books too. And they understand too. I always tell you this in these lessons. The antagonist studies the protagonist. The antagonist studies the protagonist. So they got their scholars that know our books as well. So when they hear us preaching and teaching this gospel, they know that we got the truth, because they know that our books condemn them for what they have done. But carrying on.
That's a great question. That continue. May I answer? No. May I answer? No, you've been talking. I want to go. Yo, you are a Pan-Africanist, and you push that we should go back to Africa, or no? You're wrong again. No, I'm going to clarify. I'm going to clarify.
Remember, those Africans that sold us are not our people. The Negro and the so-called Negro and the so-called African are not the same people. You got the stock or the house of Ham. Well, yeah, you got the stock of Ham and the stock of Shem. You got one is Shemitic and one is Hamitic. Like Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell would be I believe Naomi Campbell is a Hamite. And who's a chocolate sister that can represent Shem? I would say Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett is Shemitic. She's a Shemite. She's an Israelite. And Naomi Campbell is a Hamite. Or Kelly Rowland, if you will. So Naomi Campbell would be a Hamite, and Kelly Rowland would be a Shemite. Just to give you an example of how they both have that beautiful skin tone, that rich, dark melanin that's worth more than gold. That dark skin, man. We are gods, man. This dark, beautiful melanin, this skin, worth more than gold, walking gold. $1,500 an ounce. But I digress. So you have Naomi Campbell, which is a beautiful black woman, and she comes from the house of Ham. And then you have Kelly Rowland or Angela Bassett. I think it's Angela Bassett. Did I say Vanessa? But it's Angela Bassett, beautiful chocolate woman. So they're from the stock of Shem. So you have the offspring of Ham and you have the offspring of Shem. The Hamites sold the Shemites. When they say this is what these damn Edomites like to say. Well, black people sold black people. Yeah, technically, but these two black people weren't the same black people. So we'll go. The Hamites sold the Israelites. That's the point.
The most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said, quote, "The only people we want in Africa are those who are willing to do something good for Africa. Gotcha. Most of you are no good right here in New York City. Sure indeed. And will damn well be no good in Africa. There was never a Back to Africa movement. Only those who wanted to go back and build should go. Could you imagine me coming to New York or New Jersey with a big ship, a Noah's Ark, and put every Negro you know, Flip, and take them to Africa?"
Now, the fact that he mentioned Noah's Ark, that's how I know he know about the Bible. I mean, who wouldn't know about the Bible? It's the greatest manuscript artifact ever. It's a living, breathing book. And guess who has the rights or had the rights to this living, breathing manuscript artifact? Yeah, we do. The houses of Judah and the houses of Israel, the Israelites. For the secret things are revealed unto our children, roughly paraphrased. It's our stuff. So the fact that he mentioned that, though, shows me that he heard about the prophets, the apostles, and he knows about the Bible. But see, he's not elect, man. He's not of the elect. None of them are of the elect.
They white girlfriends, they video games, they weaves, they perms, they Air Jordans. Africa got enough problems as she is now. Last thing Africa needs is a bunch of post-traumatic slavery disease Negroes coming back home without their right African mind. Get that Chinese government out there too, bro. Now, do you want me to answer his question? No, you could. I'm back on you. Now, you said, shouldn't we hate the Africans who participated in the slave trade? I want you to show me one country in Africa today that benefits right now, from the fact we was enslaved. You're moving the goalpost. I'm not moving the goalpost. No, I'm not. You are. You said, yes, you are. Stop. No, I'm not. Stop. You said Portuguese people or the Portuguese, and I'm agreeing with you. They were some of the pioneers of this bullshit. I'm agreeing with you. Stop. I'm agreeing. And they're not done. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? You're not.
So let's grab some more prophecy, shall we? Shall we grab some more prophecy? Grab some more prophecy. Uh, Hosea. Hosea. Don't that sound kind of Latinish? Latinish. Hosea. Hosea. Jose. 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 Hosea. Jose. Jose. Hosea. Hosea. That's how you know the Latins, the Hispanics are Israelites. You have prophet Hosea. Jose. Hosea. And I believe he's from the north. This is north. Prophet Hosea is from the northern kingdom. So Hosea chapter 4 verse 6, it says, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou should be no more a priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget your children." And man, is that true? That's why you Israelites are lost today. Most of these people on this panel are Israelites, and they're lost today. Even though what they're spewing up there is to some degree knowledge, but it's not knowledge. You know, as the Bible says, forever learning, but never able to come to the truth. You know, you see, and I'm going to go into another segue on that in part 3, on whose the knowledge is really given unto. Is given unto the servants, the prophets, the elect. Hosea 4:6, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge." What is that knowledge? That knowledge is you are the Israelites. You so-called Hispanics, Latins, African Americans, Haitians, Jamaicans, Native Indians, Brazilians, and those that's dispersed amongst the heathen, that look like the heathen nations, you know, that have heathen mothers, Gentile mothers. You are Israelites. So that's the knowledge that they lack. Also, they lack the knowledge of that, you know, you see, you hear that we are supposed to keep the commandments to the best of our ability. Thou shalt not covet, thou shalt not steal. You know, all of this is amongst the houses of Judah and Israel. We're not supposed to do this stuff amongst each other. And really, some of these laws, we're not supposed to do to, you know, to these Gentiles. Like, even though they're heathens, they're Gentiles, we're not supposed to, you know, have sex with their wives, commit adultery, fornication, because the laws are universal too. We're going to, in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be preaching and teaching these commandments to the whole world. That's the Israelites' plight. That's our job. Our job is to be a beacon of light unto the nations, the heathens. That's really our plight. But we're going to really implement that in the kingdom, because technically we're doing that now. And these Gentiles, these heathens, they got a problem with that. They want to stop it, or they don't want to hear it. They want to preach some other gospel. So this will really happen in the kingdom of heaven. That says Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." Our own people don't even want to hear this. So let alone the heathen. And I'll say that again slowly. Our own people don't want to hear this gospel, which is the true gospel. So let alone a heathen, a Gentile. Hosea 4:6, it says, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge." This is why the election, only the elect will be saved and sealed. A remnant, the 1/3, the elect, the election, the 144,000, only a small group is coming out of Babylon that understands this gospel, this truth. Hosea 4:6, it says, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because they have rejected knowledge, the commandments, the laws, the statutes, understanding who they are, understanding our plight in the earth. I will also reject you, that thou should be no priest to me, seeing you have forgotten the law, the commandments, the statutes of your God. I will also forget thy children." And now, everything is not on the law. Let me elaborate on that. Everything is not on the law, because According to prophecy, we're in the land of our exiles, or in the lands of our exile, or scattered to the four corners, according to James 1:1. So there's laws and commandments that you have to keep in the land of Jerusalem and Israel. There's laws and commandments that we can't even keep in these lands because everything is defiled anyway. So we teach and preach that you should keep the commandments to the best of your ability. What you can keep, you keep. And what you can't keep, that's where grace comes in. That's why Yahushai HaMashiach died on the torture stake, that precious blood, to give the remission of sins, iniquities unto the houses of Judah and Israel, not the whole world. So that's how that goes. So it's about keeping the laws to the best of your ability, keeping the faith to the best of your ability, and doing the works like what we're doing now, teaching, preaching, word of mouth, digital epistles, which we call these digital epistles, and on those highways and hedges, when we're on the highways and byways, the works, keeping the faith of Yahushua Mashiach, letting him be the blueprint of our lives to the best of our ability, and keeping the laws and commandments to the best of our ability. Because we say the best of our ability because we're in this flesh. We're sinful by nature. We sin by nature because we're in the flesh. We're in these imperfect fleshly bodies. This is why we hope for that new body. According to what is that? Let's grab it. See, and we know we're the prophets, the apostles, because we come into the volume of the whole book. We know the whole book. We can go to there's other brothers and sisters that, even to the sisters, you got sisters out there that understand the book. They understand, so they go into the prophecies too. So these are the anointed. These are the elect, man. These are the 1/3. We come into the volume. We come in the volume of the whole book, because Yahushai HaMashiach is in the volume of the whole book. So but the prophets, we can touch on every topic, every base, and we know the precepts and whatnot. But Job 4:4, this is why we want that. We want to get beamed up, man. We want to get beamed up in those UFOs, man. We want to get beamed up in them UFOs. We want to get beamed up in them UFOs. We want to get beamed up in the UFOs. I might make a record about that. I might write a record about that, Yahweh willing. We want to get beamed up in the UFOs. We want to get beamed up in the UAPs. Beamed up in the AFOs. Beamed up in the UFOs. The UFOs, we want the UFOs. The UFOs, we want the UFOs. So Job 14:14, it says, if a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. So even Job knew that there's going to be a time on earth where he's going to be changed, where he's going to become perfection. And that's talked about in 1 Corinthians 15:51 on down. That's talked about in Wisdom of Solomon 5:1 on down. That's talked about in 1 Thessalonians 4:16 and 17. That's talked about in Revelation 7:4. It's talked about in many prophecies. So that's the plight, man.
Colonized Brazil. You're not letting me. Who colonized Brazil? Portuguese. Who still controls Brazil? Portuguese. I made my fucking point. True. Today they still running. That don't matter. Brazil is the largest population of black people outside of Africa. And what are they flipping? Sure. Portuguese. Right. I didn't know that. Fuck he saying. I didn't know that. They run this shit down. They run this shit down. And the reason why is because they established too many black people that don't want to go with me to Brazil when I say that. For that to be true. There's more of us in Brazil than any country on earth outside of Nigeria. He's right. 1,000% right. Brazil is black. So let me ask you this. Imani's question to you was, should we hold the same contempt? And I answered his question. And no, you didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Let me answer it. Let me ask it, please. Hold on.
Yeah, no, you owe them.
Hold on. The difference is, no African country benefits today from the slave trade. And I would even argue that the benefit that they did have for participating in it was minimal. Because right after slavery ended, what happened next? Colonization. They came into Africa and enslaved you in your own land. But here's what I want you to understand, which I think you know anyway. The transatlantic slave trade, what we call the Ma'afa, was a European enterprise. They built it, they ran it, they benefited from it, they expanded it. It was not an African-controlled enterprise. There were some Africans involved.
Participated.
Absolutely, but that was minimal compared to the grandiosity of the scheme itself. It was the biggest business in the world. You understand what I'm saying? So the difference is, the Portuguese are still exploiting us in Brazil.
And this goes into prophecy, man. You got these people out here that got the knowledge, but they don't have the knowledge. You know, they speak eloquently, you know, and I speak eloquently as well. I'm a good speaker, good talker. Very, very insightful and intelligent myself, but Yahweh gave me the real deal, man. And he gave other people like me the real deal. What these people, these fellow Israelite brothers and sisters are talking about is knowledge, but it's not the real deal. I just want to say that.
You understand? Even if they're not directly. Not only Brazil, Angola is Portuguese. Right. Mozambique is Portuguese. Right. They still exploiting us to this day. Let me ask you. And what is your white girlfriend doing about the exploitation of Africans in Brazil, Mozambique, and Angola? Nothing. I didn't think so. Let me ask you this. My nigga. Let me ask you this. No. I'm about to ask you a question.
Can we switch gears?
No, my question is this. What the fuck are 97% of the black people doing about the exploitation of black people worldwide? Don't do that. No, stop. Don't do that. We holding people to a different standard. We're not holding people to a different standard. I'm talking about niggas in Newark, niggas in Harlem. Stop. Can I tell you the difference? Dr. Umar, can I tell you the difference? No, it's my go. Let me get it. Okay, go ahead. It's my go. Go ahead. I need another water. What we got over here? Yo, dog. You want some stronger? Maybe some Nigerian punch. Maybe some Senegalese.
And he loved this blackity black Pan-Africanism. Black. That's just what black. And it's not that, man. It's the 12 tribes, man. It's the 12 tribes of Israel. Consist of Native Indians, consist of Latins, and so-called African Americans, Haitians, and Jamaicans. Whose fathers go back to the ancient patriarch sons, the royal regal houses of Judah and Israel.
Yo, listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this conversation right here, right, is about accountability. Yes, sir. And I think that we want other people to hold themselves accountable when we all hold ourselves accountable. I don't believe in none of that white superiority. I don't believe in no white supremacy. Them fucking white people can't hold the candle to me, and I stand on that.
Now that's where Ish is wrong at, man. See, this is where the knowledge comes in. That the reason why we're in these predicaments is because, not only because we went off, we got scattered, but it's because in Baruch chapter 4, let's get into it. Baruch chapter 4 says, you were sold to the nations, all of the nations, the Gentile nations. But right now we're in the hands of the Edomites, this is our last captivity. This is the last captivity of the houses of Israel and the houses of Judah. And all of the tribes are here, man. They're all here in Babylon. Baruch 4:6. So when Ish says that, that's where he's going off. I don't believe that there's no white well, they're not white, they're red, but they're Edomites. I don't believe there's basically, man, in layman terms, I don't believe there's a white guy trying to stop me. And the fact is, there is. They're called the bankers. and they control everything. The bankers, they run the damn world. And they are the Edomites. So he's wrong on that. And they know we're the Israelites, and they know what's coming down the pike. They know the prophecies too. And they've been trying to stop the prophecies, and more so trying to wipe you off the earth. If you want to be honest, chemtrails, GMOs, pesticides, herbicides, all of this depopulation agenda, minimize these devils, man. And we go into them all the time, man. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, man. The Edomites, the bankers, in which these politicians call the deep state, and these regular degglers, the deep state. No, man, they're the bankers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, these devils that sit back in the shadows, but they're no longer in the shadows because Yahweh is exposing everything. Luke 12:2, everything will be exposed, man. So yeah, these are the ones that have taken crafty counsel. Psalms 83. Not only them, but the other Gentile nations that have taken crafty counsel against the houses of Judah and Israel. So when Ish sits there and say that I don't believe there's any white structure out there trying to stop black people and Hispanic people, but more so black people, he's wrong. They have taken crafty counsel against us. This is why they keep us in, in these constraints. Why don't we have our compensation and reparation? Answer that, Ish. Or anybody answer that. If you don't believe that there's a construct out here trying to stop you from being great and being sovereign, why don't they give us our land back? Why don't they give us our acres in a mule? Why don't they give us our reparations and compensation? All right, I rest my case. Baruch chapter 4, verse 6. It says, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. So Yahweh allowed this anyway. You got to realize who really runs the show. Yahweh did this to us anyway. These nations just played a hand on it. Just like the demons play a hand on it, just like the angels play a hand on it. We keep telling you who really runs, who's top shada dun dada. Yahweh is top shada dun dada, and he runs the show. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. Classic. It says, see now that I is Yahweh. See now that Yahweh, even Yahweh am he, and there's no power, God with me. Yahweh kills and Yahweh makes alive. Yahweh wounds and Yahweh heals. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies, and I will reward them that hate me. And notice it said in Psalms 83 that they that hate you have taken crafty counsel against your people. They have made a tumult, roughly paraphrased. So these nations, they got it coming, man. They hate Yahweh and they got it coming. You see how that just precept upon precept. They're in the bag. So it's all Yahweh, man. Yahweh has this thing, and he the one that ultimately done this. That's why he tells you, you were sold to the nations, these Gentiles, not for your destruction. We wasn't sold to be destroyed like they have been doing to us. And he says that. He says, I was wroth with the children of Israel and Judah. I was wroth with my people, but they helped forward the affliction. Let's get that prophecy. Let's grab that. It says, I was wroth. I was wroth. I was wroth. Isaiah 47, Prophet Isaiah chapter 47, verse 6. It says, I was wroth. Wroth is angry, righteous indignation. I was wroth with my people. Who is his people? The houses of Israel and the houses of Judah. Who are they today? You blacks, Haitians, Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Mexicans, Cubans, Brazilians. You Israelites that's dispersed amongst the heathen and that look like the heathen, whose fathers go back to these the royal regal Israelites. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into your hand, the heathens, the Gentiles. Thou did show them no mercy, and they don't show no mercy. I mean, some of them show mercy, but most of them don't show mercy. Where is our reparations? Where is our compensation? Where is our compensation? Where is our reparation? Give us our land back. Give us our 40 acres and a mule. All right, then. So they don't show mercy. It says, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou verily heavily laid your yoke, your iron, your hold, your captivity, your slavery. So these devils, they got it coming for them, man. So Baruch 4:6, it says, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved Yahweh to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For you provoked him, Yahweh, that made you by sacrificing unto devils. So that's what we were doing, sacrificing unto false gods and going off. Well, when we say that, we saying the wicked of our people, because if we know that we were the righteousness of our people. We know that, we wasn't the one saying, give us Barabbas or Barabbas, however you pronounce his name. Give us Barabbas. When they were, what is it, Pilate, when he was telling the Israelites, who do y'all want? Do you want Barabbas, or do you want Yahweh Shai? Which one do I free? We know that we couldn't be those wicked individuals in the regeneration, in those times and eras, talking about give us Barabbas. We definitely was the one saying free Yahweh Shai, or we was up there looking at Yahweh Shai pissed and angry that he was going through what he was going through. It's the wicked of our people that was, sacrificing into these devils and going off. And you have to understand that Yahweh, he judges the whole nation. He judges individually and he judges the nation. It's all through the prophecies, all through the scrolls. This is why these nations, they have judgment, great judgment coming. But really the house of Esau, the son of perdition, the man of sin, he has the greatest judgment coming before him, because what he has done not only to the children of God, but into the whole earth and into the other nations and to his own people. Them bankers, they just don't give a damn, man. They don't care. Depopulation. Because they already know they're doomed anyway. They know they're doomed, man. So they like, damn if we will, damn if we don't. That's how they looking at it, to be totally honest. Because they know the prophecies. Their scholars read the prophecies. They know what's coming. They know that they are going into captivity. They know that they are going into slavery. They know they are going to be judged. They know that America is going to be destroyed. And if they don't know, then now they know, because all of the prophets have been saying this for a long time now. But we would be remiss to not think that they don't know it. Baruch chapter 4, verse 7, for you provoked him, that him is Yahweh, that made you Israelites, by sacrificing it to devils. So, you got the 2/3 that were going off, just like you got the 2/3 going off now. It's always balanced with Yahweh. You got the wicked, the righteous, the wicked. That's just what it is, man. A false balance is an abomination unto Yahweh. It says Baruch 4:8. It says, you have forgotten the everlasting God, Yahweh, that brought you up, and you have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of Yahweh coming upon you, she hearkened. O ye that dwell about Zion, Yahweh has brought upon me great mourning, for I saw the captivity of my sons, the sons of Zion. You African Americans, you Haitians, you Jamaicans, you Mexicans, you Puerto Ricans, you Dominicans, Brazilians, Colombians, all the houses where the Israelites are scattered, and daughters. You Puerto Ricans, you Dominicans, you Mexicans, you African Americans, you Haitians, you Jamaicans, you Brazilians, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away weeping and mourning. Let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of Yahweh. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivity of my sons and daughters with the everlasting have brought upon them. So Yahweh has done this. This is why we're in the plight, or this is why we're in the situation, rather, that we're in. And this is what they're talking about on this panel, trying to get basically, he's talking about an institution. Dr. Umar is talking about an institution. We need an institution. We need to build. They don't understand that Yahweh is about to destroy Babylon. He's about to destroy America. There will be no institution. I mean, there can be an institution, but I'm saying it won't last long. Even if Yahweh was to spare some time and they get a hold and build something, it's not going to last, man. Yahweh is going to destroy Babylon. He wants to destroy this place. He wants to restore the house of Judah and the house of Israel. We're going to get all of that institution and schools and this and that and yada yada. We got a kingdom that's coming. That's what these not only them but the people in the world in general. This is what they don't comprehend or understand. The restoration of the house of Judah, the restoration of the house of Israel. It's going to come. It's coming down the pike. This is what Yahweh wants to do. And he tells you this. He says, I know the things that I want to do for you, Israel, roughly paraphrased. He says, I know the things that I have good intentions for you. I know the things that I have planned for you, man, to bring you back to Jerusalem, to Zion, the restoration of Judah, the restoration of Israel. So meanwhile, they talking about trying to build here in Babylon and what we need and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and this and yah, yah, yah. Meanwhile, these devils, these bankers, they're about to gyp this whole system and they're about to implement the mark of the beast. Now, what people going to do then?
Finish. Can I just? Right. I stand on that. What I'm saying is that
as an individual, that's fine. But what about the systemic?
True. I'm not disagreeing, but the systemic issues have to start with us. We can't expect the motherfuckers that broke us to fix us. What are we talking about?
I agree with that.
A fucking
but my question was, why are you laying with a member of the group that broke us?
Yo, my girlfriend is 44 years old.
And
she
now him laying with Edomite. I mean, okay, I get both sides. I get what Umar is saying. Why would you, what he's saying, lay with the enemy? Okay, I get it. And then I get what Ish is saying. Why wouldn't I? I mean, it ain't like she's directly responsible for what has happened. You know, it's the globalist elite, or they call themselves the globalist elite, but it's the Edomites, the bankers, the deep state, it's the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Bilderberg that did this to the children of God, and not only the children of God, but the whole world. And it's them that's doing this. Every single Caucasian person or Edomite is not trying to see the damnation of the Israelites. That's Ish's point of view. That's his take. So I get both takes. My thing is, my take is to follow these follow Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Understand these prophecies, understand this book, and understand what's coming. And though it's lawful, it's not expedient to counter Ish's point of view. Okay, we're the Israelite men. The world was made for our sakes. We can have any woman we want and bring back the nation. The nation comes out of our seed. We have the Israelite seed. We can make any nation. I mean, we can, let me fix that. We can have sex, intercourse, marry any woman on the earth and bring back our nation. But though it's lawful, it's just not expedient. I wouldn't do that right now because just the way that this society is just, I wouldn't do it because you're going to put yourselves in constraints. Like I said, when race wars pop off, when civil unrest pop off, when stuff just start crumbling, and it may seem like peace and security right now, Trump did this, Trump did that, Trump blah, blah, Trump blah, blah, Trump is the great hope. But the prophecy tells you when they shall say peace and security, then sudden destruction. When they shall say peace and security, then certain destruction. I'm going to end this. I don't want it to be too long. Come back with part 3.